So today is a makeup tutorial on this look that I've done right here. I really want to get into making fall makeup-y videos because they're just so much fun and I love that the fall look with the dark eyes and the dark lips. So I'm going to start out kind of lighter here and we'll work into the darker makeup looks in other videos. This look is 100% inspired by this palette that I bought at Walmart. And this is the Comfort Zone palette by Wet n Wild. Now the color in here that inspired me is this bottom definer color right here. And I just love it. It's this like reddy brown color, but it has lots of blue and greeny sparkles on it. So it's really, really interesting. It reminds me of, there's this Urban Decay Moondust eyeshadow, and it's called Solstice, and I had been waiting for that to come back in stock at my local Sephora for like 3 months, and then I saw this, and it is almost exactly the same. I would call this shade right here a dupe for it, to be honest. And now I don't even need to buy the Urban Decay one, and I've spent a quarter of the price. Now you can definitely do this look using just the colors that are in here, so like you use some of these browns up here, and this down here, obviously. But because this shade is so sparkly, I like to pair sparkle shades with completely matte shades. So the other palette I used is the Tarte Lip palette, which I realize is kind of pricey, so don't feel bad if you'd rather just use these. I don't blame you, honestly. If I didn't already have that palette, I wouldn't use it, but I already have it, so I use it. Anyway, so yeah, if you want to learn how I got this look right here and how I used this, keep watching. So I start off with the e.l.f. Mineral Eye Primer, and I just apply that all over my eyelid, and then I blended it with my fingers. As you can tell, I already filled in my eyebrows, and I put on my foundation, but I'll tell you a little bit about that later. Also, just to let you know, to begin with, all of the brushes I use in this video are from the e.l.f. Studio line, and they're awesome. And if you need cheap brushes, you should totally get them because they're awesome. Okay, so now going in with the Tarte Lip palette and my e.l.f. Angled Contour Brush, I'm going to go in with the shade Force of Nature. It's all over the brush here, and we're just going to like really go ham with these windshield wiper motions and putting it all up in the crease. Kind of trying to really concentrate the color on the outside edge because you know I love that cat eye thing. And yeah. So now on the very top, like, corner of the brush, I'm going to take the color Power Player from that palette, and we're going to shove this right in my eye socket, like right on top of my eyeball. It just really helps create that really pretty depth, and I just love it. And it's also helping to blend it in with the other color and blend everything together because we only put it on that one spot on the brush, you know? So now in this Wet n Wild palette, we're going to go in with the definer color on my e.l.f. C eyeshadow brush. And see, you can see it shine there. See, it's got that blue and the reddy. I just love it. It's such a pretty color. Now, because it is a Wet n Wild eyeshadow, it doesn't always have the best pigmentation, so I just pack this on. Like, I'm not even trying to sweep it. We're going right from lash line to crease. Just, like, pack that on until you have the right amount of color. Which, if you're me, is a lot of color. More color, the better. Look at that, you can like really, really see it shine blue right there. It's so pretty. Look at the shine, ooh. Now I take my e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush. Honestly, it's my favorite brush to like blend with because it's so fluffy. And I just go back in, blend in the crease. I don't know why I said double. Now with my trusty Essence liquid eyeliner, the only liquid eyeliner I use, and it's awesome, I love it. I'm going to give myself the cat eye thing, and you're going to see in a second here that I like really change my camera up because it is really hard to apply a winged eyeliner into just the viewfinder of a camera, honestly. Probably one of the hardest things ever, so it takes me a little while longer than it usually does here. And then eventually I just give up and take the mirror down and do it kind of half on camera, half off camera. It's hard. You don't realize how hard it is till you're doing it. Also, if you're looking at my nails and you're like, dang, I love those, I use the Formula X system, and I use this like black color. It's called Genius. But then I bought this like blue sparkly nail polish from Walmart by the brand Pure Ice, and I put that on over top, and honestly it's lasted me like over a week now and it has not chipped at all. It's awesome. Definitely recommend, checking out the Pure Ice sparkly colors and maybe putting that over any of your fancier nail polish brands. And this is coming from somebody who doesn't ever paint their nails. I really don't, because I always see it as like a waste of time. Because they chip so easily usually, and I wreck my hands a lot. Anyway, curl my eyelashes really quickly, and now this is my new eye mascara type trick. I put on my Benefit Roller Lash, and I do a really thin coat on all my eyelashes, but like a like a really small coat, and then I go back in with a more volumizing mascara. So this is the L'Oreal Voluminous Mascara, and this one I like really coat on. Like, we're here for a long time while I'm caking this up, but it's just, the Benefit Roller Lash really helps my eyelashes hold that curl that you know I'm always striving for, because my eyelashes don't ever curl at all. But it doesn't really give me the volume and the length that I like, so by combining the two, I get the eyelashes I always wanted. You could also apply falsies, individual or full strip, but I ain't got time for that, to be honest. So much easier this way and so much faster. Who wants to apply falsies every day anyway, let's be honest. So much time and can go so wrong. So now with my Tarte Close-Up liner, I'm going to put this underneath. And then I'm going to go back into that Wet n Wild palette with that definer shade that's all over our lid. And with my e.l.f. flat eyeliner brush, and we're going to smudge this out. Really smoke it. I'm also using that eyeliner a little bit on my waterline just to fill in any gaps, in case you're wondering what I was doing right there. So yeah, see, just a smudgy. Smudgy, smudgy, smudgy. And then I'm going in with that L'Oreal mascara and just putting a little bit on my bottom lashes just so I look a little bit more even. And that is basically the eye look done. So, like, yeah, that's how I did it. If you're curious at all as to how I did the rest of my face, I used my Tarte Amazonian Clay Foundation all over my face, and my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in Granite, and my Blink Cosmetics Eyebrow Mousse in black on my eyebrows. Now I'll show you how I actually did the rest of my face. I used this Maybelline Better Skin Concealer under my eyes, and I do that like big triangle thing, and I have to tell you, this concealer is brand new to me. I saw it in a Kathleen Lights video, and she like really liked it, so I was like, I want to try it. It's Maybelline, so it's probably good, and this concealer changed my life. It's supposed to be good for your skin and help fade like spots and dark circles and stuff, and my skin feels nicer ever since I started using it. It is just so nice, and it doesn't settle into anything. It is the best concealer I have ever used. I put away my Bobbi Brown and my Lancome and my Urban Decay to use this concealer, because it is the only one that I've ever used that like really works the way you want a concealer to work. 10 out of 10, would recommend is what I'm trying to say. And then I just blend it in with my fingers, doing a lot of like patting up by my eyelashes. I do a little more like rubbing just to kind of try to blend the concealer in with my under eyeliner a little bit, but for the most part we are just a patting away. I have to make sure I get like right into the tear ducts because I'm like so naturally dark right up there. It's kind of weird. That's why I don't usually do my concealer after my eyes, because I have to like get it right so close to the eyeshadow, but I was worried that Wet n Wild eyeshadow would have crazy fallout, so I did it after. Spoiler alert though, it didn't have crazy fallout, so you could totally do it the other way. Now with my beloved Too Faced Primed and Poreless Powder, I'm just gonna set that under eye stuff. It looks like I'm using a lot of powder, but I promise you, I'm not. Just trust me on this. Now I'm gonna dip into my e.l.f. contour kit, and using my small tapered brush by e.l.f., I'm gonna dip into the contour shade, and we're just gonna go under my cheekbones with this just a little bit and down the sides of my nose. I'm not really a huge fan of that really contoured thing, but a little bit, just a little bit. Also, I forgot to mention that my chest and my face look like they're two completely different colors, and I promise you they are not. It's just because the lights are so focused on my face that my chest is kind of left out. I promise they match though. Now I'm going to go in with this Rimmel blush that I've used in the past. It's called Madeira, I think. Madeira. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce it, but it is such a nice blush and gives you that like right flush of pink that's close to like a natural flush, but is also not a natural flush. You know, like it's the natural flush that you wish you had, but in reality, when we're flushed, we kind of get just like red and splotchy and sweaty. And I'm applying it with the e.l.f. Blush brush. Now I'm just going in with that Too Faced powder again, and I'm setting all my face makeup, but I'm trying to keep it away from my cheekbones because I did want a little bit glow here. So back in the e.l.f. contour kit, I went with the highlight shade, the sparkly highlight shade, and it's not really sparkly, it's more just shimmery, but you know what I mean. And my small tapered brush by e.l.f., and we are just putting this, you know, on the tops of my cheeks. Look at that glow. Aww. Now I'm using my Milani lip liner in the color Spice. I love, love, love this lip liner. It's so nice. It's like one of 3 that I own, and I feel like because I have this one, I don't ever need another one. I just love it. And I really have to define my lips because I really don't have a definite, like, where my top lip ends and where it begins, because I don't know, I don't have a very voluminous top lip, so I always have to line it so that I know where I'm applying my color after. And then, of course, I fill it in just so that I don't have that 90s outer lip line thing going on. Although I do love that look sometimes, but not for this one. Not today. Now I'm going in with the Sephora Collection Luster Matte Longwear Lip Color. This one's in the shade Petal, and I love this. I feel like it's a little bit too pink for me on its own. That's why I put Spice underneath it. But with that, I just, you know, put it on. And that is the end of the look, really. It's kind of very soft and very pinky. Something about it feels very fall if you're into that, like the classic fall makeup look. But it's not too dark and it's not too harsh. Like, you can still wear it out with grandma or whatever. So I really hope you like this video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up and you subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!